But it would be fine to stream just because we are testing, and that's how I announced it was a test run.
Yeah. Well, we're online now, except for not Twitch yet. So on Facebook and YouTube we're live. Okay.
So smile.
Well, it should be connected to the screen. It should be working with Twitch.
Okay. 150 megabytes per second. Okay, let's try and put my mic in there.
Okay, this should work to switch on out to. Try to go to into right now.
Should I just like change it?
No
to
signal.
back to...
Number 3.
I don't know what's on there. That's weird.
Back to 1.
I'm gonna try to make the factory settings to that.
What line are you on? You're
Mine is
on.
off.
Okay, that's why. So I can. Turn your.
No, it's working on Twitch.
What can you see?
Just the little arrow thing.
It's not connecting to yours yet. Oh, one moment, please. There we go.
You have to close the Elgato.
So if I close this, it should be streaming there.
It doesn't like me doing that because it says another device is on it that's also stored Crossroads. And even on
No
here,
signal.
I have
Oh, that's good. That changed.
Oh, there we go. All right. Should we try going to
we are live.
number 1 again? So it's 1 and 3 that we're on right now.
I think so.
Go to number 1. No signal. Wait for it.
Yes, we love it.
Okay, can I go back to 3 without it saying no signal?
Got it.
That is janky.
So when you change cameras, it just goes no signal.
It takes a minute.
Oh gosh.
That's not good.
Huh.
What if I did it using this as opposed to the other one, as opposed to the remote? So if I wanted to go to 3,
No signal.
I think it's not quick, is it?
then back to 1. Let's try it. Maybe I'll press 1.
Okay, so my people are saying it's going back and forth,
Yeah.
Yeah.
which is fine. That's what they're supposed to tell me.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Ooh, that's gonna be rough.
Yeah.
Okay. So the way I see it then, Rachel,
Mhm.
what might be, I think we also need to do a test to make sure that this Elgato actually hooks up to this other port, because you have 3 USB ports, right?
2 that I know work nice. The one on the right, I don't think is helpful.
Okay, because every time we switch camera angles, it says no signal for about like the last time.
Right, and we can't have 7 seconds of that.
Yeah, so what I'm thinking then, if we get another Elgato, or 2 of them, if the one on the right can work, I mean, I think we should do a test and see if it
I
does.
just know the right one didn't work with the microphone earlier today, but it did when I put it on the left.
It's
And I don't know
USB 2.
why.
Is it USB 2 or USB 3?
That's probably the reason why. It's because the 2 on the left are probably your 3, and then the one on the right might.
What color is
I
it?
don't know.
It's blue. That should be a USB.
It is
Yeah, it's
blue?
3.
That should be USB
Okay,
3.
so it should be working?
Yeah, plug the Elgato in.
Okay,
That's
so
it.
I don't know why.
All right. I'm gonna go back. I don't know why the window capture isn't even doing anything.
Okay.
Switch to your face there.
Well, we can always
Okay,
test.
switch
you
to
know,
that.
There we go, yeah.
I'm going to go ahead and unplug one of the cameras. Hopefully this thing doesn't freak out. Now which one's the? I want to make sure I get the right thing. So it's a thin,
Black. I think it's the
skinny one, yeah. Go ahead and plug that. back
Well, you have to
to
warn me of what?
here. One moment, please.
Seven, 8, 9.
I usually kind of tap my foot on some of this stuff, and that usually doesn't bother me too much. It seems to go with the music pretty good, so I'm okay
I
with
think
you
what
guys
would bother you is trying not to.
trying not to, yeah. Yeah, so I'll end up tapping my
Okay,
foot.
Jim says the sound is a bit low, but that's because you're not talking normal.
No, and we haven't done a sound check on the level either, so.
Okay.
You wanna do a sound check right now?
Yeah, let's, so I've
You can
got,
at least be doing that too.
I've got everything up at what they call unity gain, but the actual overall volume is up very loud. We could,
Hey, it's working.
Cool.
I just had to press.
should I turn it up
Three.
a little? So, about this level of talking, should I turn it up a little, or are you picking up a good sound?
I think is that how loud you're gonna be going most of the time?
Yeah.
Well, no
Yeah.
louder than that.
Well, I'll be louder than that. I'll be trying to project even for quiet stuff. His was the wizard's hand that moved at midnight's witching hour, and gathered the sheep from the coming storm. Ere the shepherd saw it lower, yet asked no fee, save
You
a
can go-
scattered sheaf. How's that?
You can go a little bit louder.
Okay. Let's tweak it up just a little.
Okay, go again.
From the peasants' garnered hoard, a crimble kissed by a virgin lip set out on the household board. And from out in the little forest where Donald was hiding and listening to the music of the goblins, he muttered to himself, "Nah, whatever that means," for he didn't understand a word of poetry.
You can go up louder than that even.
Oh, okay. So how's this? And I can tweak all these guys up just a little.
And actually, I can adjust things here. Okay, one more time. Go ahead.
And so after they'd finished, all the goblins disappeared into the dark of the forest just as the campfire went out, poof, as if by magic. Well, Donald went back to his own campsite, and he vowed to himself that he would wait all through the next day in order to hear the music of the goblins yet again, for he dearly loved music. And all through that day, and as it got late and as it got dark, he began to hear the mysterious flute and the harp playing out in the wilderness once again. And so, once again, he made his way down the path in the dark through the forest until he could see firelight twinkling between the trunks of the trees up ahead. And there in the little clearing danced the wee goblins, or Glashin as they were known in the Manx tongue. And they played a tune called, that milkmaids on the island would sing as they were milking the cows in order to charm the milk so that it would be healthy for you. It was called the milking song, of course, and one played a harp, and one played a flute, and
Okay,
all the
Check
rest
the level of
danced around the
I
bar.
got for my people, we could use more sound. We need more volume.
And we should check the level of my harp
I'm probably
itself.
up as much. I could tweak it up a little more, but there's a point where about 3/4 volume up, there's more
Yeah.
headroom.
And like on this thing here, I can tell it's coming in pretty hot, but I don't
Yeah.
know why it's outputting
No.
quietly.
Yeah.
So if we had an adapter, I guess that was a female to
Ah.
1/8 inch, female XLR to 1/8 inch, that'd be ideal.
Do you need
Is there? And you don't have any? You don't have an 1/8 inch out on that thing, right? For a line out.
No, I don't. It's got RCA, 1/4 inch, and 3-pin connectors.
Just for kicks and giggles, I'm gonna turn this up.
Now,
See if
I'm
that.
told it's, at least on the, on YouTube, it sounds good, but the video and audio aren't synced.
Okay. Let's try to get that in sync.
Oh,
Is the audio ahead or is it lagging or is the video ahead?
let's turn the mic sources up a little bit too. This'll make it a little hotter. How's that?
Well, then you can kind of
Check.
remember where you've set them.
Okay, say check again.
Check. This may be the very opportunity we're looking for.
Is that in sync now?
Okay, I'm asking.
Let's
see.
have the. Oh, I can raise the volume on this. let's go up to decibels. Let's see how that is. Can you say check again?
Check. Cash or check.
And
The
then go
sound
through
is
more.
ahead.
Slovakia.
The sound is ahead now.
The sound is ahead.
Okay. Let's adjust that. Can you actually let me go back to number 3 here? Okay, I'm gonna raise that up another 2 decibels. Let's bring this down to negative 100. Okay, can you say check again?
Check.
It takes time.
Check.
Cause this is like
Testing.
It takes a village.
It does.
Sound.
Okay, look is good, I heard.
Oh, okay.
So awesome, you look great, guys.
At least they didn't say funny looking.
Sound CF
Although
is better.
funny
I don't
looking
know
is probably true.
So the sound, are the sound levels better? Is it in sync now?
They said the look is good. I don't know what you mean by
Okay, do you want to do me a favor? Can you just clap once?
The look is good.
That wasn't a really good clap. There we go.
Interesting. Let me adjust that a bit.
At least you're not a doctor. When they say interesting,
Yeah, really.
Actually, let me look at the stream real quick here, and I'll see. Is it streaming on just on the story Crossroads on Facebook?
It is streaming in all 3 places.
Wow.
Is it on your story Crossroads?
It's on Story Crossroads, so it's just facebook.com/Story Crossroads, that's it. And then it's youtube.com/Story Crossroads.
Let me look into that real quick. Actually,
And I think because you're playing with the sound, I heard from Jim that the sound is better.
Oh, good. Good.
And you can even continue the sound, or if you want to test.
should we try the harp?
Should we try a story here?
How about try the
Well,
harp?
I'm just going to do the lead in for this part.
Okay.
So Donald went back to his own campsite, but he vowed that he would wait all through the next day in order to hear the music of the goblins yet again, for he dearly loved music. And as it grew through the day, and as it got late, and as it got dark, he began to hear the mysterious flute and the harp playing out in the wilderness again, and so he made his way down the path in the dark in the forest, until once again he could see the firelight twinkling between the trunks of the trees up ahead. Once again, there in the little clearing, danced the wee goblin, and as the tune would lilt slowly, and
I thought we were going to do milking song. That's what I was set
sorry,
for.
it was in the middle.
I was all set for the milking song.
And so the goblins danced another dance, and they played another tune. Only this was to a tune that milkmaids on the island would sing in order to charm the milk so that it would be healthy for you. It was, of course, called the milking song. One played a harp, one played a flute, and all the rest danced around the bonfire. When they had stopped dancing and stopped playing, all the goblins disappeared into the dark of the forest, just as the campfire winked out, poof, as if by magic. And now we're going to do a little excerpt from the other story here. And so the great Goblin King, who appeared to be a handsome gentleman to the other wedding guests, unbeknownst to them, stood out on the dance floor and surrounded by his groomsmen, who were in fact.
So the sound, Jim says that you're going on the side and your microphone is not capturing because of how you're
Oh yeah,
how you're doing things.
yeah. So it needs to be up here
What's
closer.
the harp coming through? I have it on a transducer.
Instruments sound great, that's the word.
Instruments
Okay.
are good,
Instruments
okay.
sound great.
Okay. We'll do our best here to. So yeah. Okay.
Is that one directional? that wide?
Hypercardioid.
Okay.
So it's in an area like this. So.
Okay.
So, anyway, so the great Goblin King stood on the floor, who appeared to be a handsome gentleman to the arriving wedding guests, and all of his groomsmen surrounded him, who were in fact hideous goblin warriors, and all of the angry servants, who were in fact their goblin minions. And Donald said, "I have a tune for you, your worship." And he leaned over to Lady Priscilla and he whispered, "This may be the very opportunity we're looking for." And so all the goblins out on the dance floor pulled out tambourines from behind their backs, for, as everyone should have remembered, goblins dearly loved to dance. And Donald played a tune for them called the Fairy Reel, and the goblins did their dance. Faster and faster the goblins danced. They spun around like tops. They leaped high into the air like deer. They began to backflip and somersault and cartwheel. And suddenly they began to sweat profusely from all of their exertion. For they began to smoke. And the smoke rose up into the ceiling. And they began to hear the sound of bacon sizzling, as if their feet were in the fire. And all the goblins began to scream, "Ooh, ooh, ooh, and suddenly all 20 goblins raised their arms to the ceiling and screamed, "We're ready!" And up they all went in 20 columns of flame. Foot, 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 footy, foot, foot. And last of all, the great Goblin King raised his hairy arms to the ceiling and he said, "Oh, worst of all, I'm burning too." And up he went in a great column of flame. Into a great pile of ash with a gold crown right on top. Well, there were bits and pieces of tambourine about the room, and all of the goblins had been turned to ash. And Lady Priscilla turned to Donald and said, "You've saved me from having to marry that hideous, ugly, slobbery, blubbery, treacherous, lecherous Lord Toboggan." Oh, and he was so full of himself, too.
Oh, just so you know, can you slow down just slightly because it's translating to virtual. We need to slow down a little so people can understand the sound better. So when it's live, you can be faster, but with virtual, we need it to be slowed down just a little so that people catch the words.
Okay. Do you want me to do that again?
Try it again.
Okay, finally got the audio in sync.
slower.
And we can rehearse it that way too, so
Hey,
Right.
it's
anything about the
natural.
And I think that's the difference between live and virtual.
Yeah,
Oh.
when we rehearse, we'll do that
According
too.
to
Oh.
Amazon forums.
So it's in a different camera type. Like a different part of me.
Yeah.
Alright, good to know. We got that figured out then. So I'm gonna be looking to getting a different type, like what type of switch would work better with the Elgato system. So that you don't have every time you want to switch from one video to another.
I guess we're not.
Right.
This whole this will work.
So does that mean we might need a second test run like next Friday?
Possibly if we can get something in time. So I think we need
That's cute.
I think we should return those two things. Let's get another
We're not doing it.
Elgato game capture. And we don't have to have necessarily these two people come back because the audio we figured out now.
Okay.
You know
We
what I mean?
haven't done a couple of combinations, but we can for you, so.
Sterling, I do know someone who might be able to help you if you need questions about that. He's done it a lot of times.
Sure, that'd be
Maybe his
great. I mean,
number.
like I pinged out to one person, and he was just like, "Oh, he's like, didn't give me a whole lot of information." But yeah, that'd be great.
Yeah. We can try giving you his contact.
That'd be great. I appreciate it.
All right,
Maybe do
so
like a
if that's the
fruit
case,
batter
are we
thing.
stopping the stream at this point, or do we need to test anything?
I don't think he's played his drum.
Oh,
We could do
test
a fruit and a drum thing real
We
quick.
probably should, because the drums always sound different on
Sure.
virtual.
Yeah, usually the sound engineers like to check the
Yeah,
timing.
we could do the,
They tend to
Hunt the
raise
cat.
heck with the,
Yeah, right.
they peg all the,
We could do hunt the cat. That way they test my whistle too.
yeah.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay.
I'm gonna pop this back up. Yeah, so I just had to adjust the audio, make it quieter. But I could add in parameters later on that will smooth things out. I just haven't configured your OBS yet.
Okay. So if there's nothing else to test, we can stop the streaming and we can go from there. Thank you, everybody.
Thank